It has been quite a while since I've had a garden update. Man, let me tell you, these are ready to, I'll show you these. These are my green peppers that I overwintered. They're ready to go. I've actually been clipping blossoms off of them. This is a jalapeno. My basil finally just gave up. And these, I don't know. It doesn't need to give up on these seedlings that never came up. I don't think I see anything in there, but I'll have to deal with those another day. I'm not even going to be able to plant until April 10th, believe it or not, here in Georgia. It's crazy, but true. Let's go check out the GreenStalk. Okay, I think even the GreenStalk is confused. But yeah, things are still growing. Things are still popping up as spring starts taking hold. I don't know, nothing ever came up really in these. I forget what I planted there now. Oh, there's one thing coming up. One sprout, and that's okay. But, I mean, a lot of this is all experimental. So, we'll see. It'd be nice if I rolled this out and gave it a nice natural bath. But I think it'll be fine right here for now. So, gosh, I have so much work to do. Look at these roses coming up. I never chopped them down, but I want to take these out. They are ugly roses, and they're not even knockout roses. I don't know what they are. They're some kind of climber, and they bloom once, and that's pretty much it. And then got this Chinese fringes blooming here. I've got some camellia over here. It's done though. It is about done. So yeah, but it really put out a lot of blossoms this year. So, and the bananas should be coming up anytime now too. Yeah, I see one. See one little pip there. So, that's good. They'll be coming out. There's some more pips there and there. This flower's coming back. Look at the seeds though, but you know, that's getting some fertilizer from the worm bin, and it's loving it. But I just ordered a new worm bin, so I'll show you how I put these together. That is kind of like slapdash right now. The worms, they're happy there. Look at all this stuff coming up in here. Who knows what all that is, but they are happy here. This bin, let's see what we got. Their new home is going to have a lot more stuff in it. Yeah, everything likes to try and bloom or start rooting in the fall. That looks like it could be a sweet potato. Might have to salvage that. So, yeah, these are kind of getting ragged. But I've had them for several years. So, but yeah, they're going to love their new home. I'm going to love it for them. I have more room in the new one to feed them on one side and harvest the other. I should. So, let's go check out the back. All right, I've got my seedlings out. They're ready to get in the ground. They really are. I need to give these more water. They really starve for water in these little Jiffy Pot things. I don't know. So, got some. Look at this. This is overgrown. That's all oregano. This stuff goes like crazy. I have some mint coming up here. Obviously some oxalis. But yeah, this kind of This kind of oregano really takes over everything. Got some chives barely coming up there. I need to trim my lavender, and my phlox is coming in. Let's see. My friend gave me a, this is pepper is in this, so it's supposed to deter squirrels. Well, I haven't had the first bird come out and check it out. That's my hazelnut. So, looks like it's getting some blossoms. Got this spring onion, it's blooming. Of course, it's in the allium family. So you have these beautiful globe blossoms. I don't mind it. It's looking good, looking good. I like that. Now my peas, I knew they've been going crazy because I saw the blossoms on it. And then I saw the all the blossoms disappear. So those are good. They're nice and sweet. Very good. They're better when they get big and thick. I just like eating the pea part out of it. Super sweet. They're almost like a dessert. So glad to see them finally coming along. And these, like I said, these were kind of doomed to not do well, but they're still putting out some stuff. Okay, my collard greens, they're ready. They're done. These are done. I think I can pick some turnips now. This might be a little better, bigger better. Got a lot of seeds on these Japanese lettuce that really never did anything. Still haven't heard from anyone if you've ever had luck with that Japanese lettuce producing a head. My carrots have gone nuts. Got some kale over here that's doing well. Should probably go ahead and just pull the kale and the collards and do a big pot of greens is what I should do. And look, I've got probably a pecan trees coming up here. Definitely a lot of ants. Let's see if I can get that tree out of there. There we go, yeah. And another pecan tree here. They're relentless. That's why it's good to cover your beds, especially if you have any nut trees around. They'll just come right in. These are the smaller nuts. They're good for, they're more specialty, like cookies and stuff like that. Kind of use them like you'd use, you wouldn't use them for pie so much because their flavor is so sweet and special and delicate. But yeah, lots of ants. I stirred them up. Maybe they'll move. I tried some ant wars the other day, but maybe it's the same, they're coming up here. Maybe it's the same tribe. We'll try again. Just threw some more over there. So I dig them up from here and throwing them over here, but if it's the same tunnel, they're probably going to just settle in again. Yeah. So I guess I need to find some out in the yard. But yeah, these carrots have gone nuts. I'm sure I have some that I can pull up. But we'll see. I noticed my goji berry is doing well. Let's go check that out. Of course, we have these old purple and oxalis flowers, and look, it's like a little meadow over there with all the yellow popping up. Have some crown vetch coming up around the goji berry. Always a battle with something, but the goji berry is looking great. It's just never produced any dang thing. It's amazing. A lot of my asparagus has already come up. It's already flowering, some of it. There's some, I mean, this stuff, because it's homegrown, it's tender for a long time. So it'll be tender. This stalk will be tender, like all the way down here. And really sweet. I love this stuff. Breakfast of Champions. There's a lot in here. There's this real fat one though. I mean, this one. This one's fatter than my thumb, actually. I saw it coming out, but wanted it to do its thing. Still gotta get in here and clean all this out. Crazy. All right, blueberries. Look at this. I have some is just blooming, so we'll have them different times of year. Looks like maybe the frost got some. And we have a rebloom. So that's cool. I like that. It's a pretty good sized bush. Covered nicely. Ooh, look at the blooms on this one. Holy moly. Mama. This one's gonna have a lot of blueberries, and bees are loving it. Wow. It is super active with bees. It's a little low bush. It's doing all right. Dang, look how big some of these blueberries are already. Look at that. This must be an early variety. I am written down like what's planted where and whether it's early, mid, or late. This one's covered too. I think these are either the this might be the rabbit eye or the premier. I'm not sure. I have a good bit of blackberries this year. Looks like as well. Haven't had any blossoms yet. That'll come later. This little blueberry's always struggled, but it's putting out some berries this year. This one is also covered. Wow, these are all later for certain. Can't wait. I just hope nothing attacks it. See, the blueberry, it has some lower leaves. That's good. Looks like some have died down, but we're going to get a good rain today. I think they're holding on. This one hasn't done much yet. Looks like it's just budding, but it does have, let's see if we can, it does have some green and some buds, so happy for that. This one may have just gone through a shock. We'll see. The top may die and the bottom be okay. But, see that? We have leaves on the bottom, but we have some dead leaves there too. I think from the later frost. I just can't believe we're going to have a frost. Or, I shouldn't say a frost. Don't know about this one. I think it's going to come in late also. This one, it's putting out the top leaves already. So that's good. That's a good. And see, even this orange tree, something happened. Look at this top here. Something happened it didn't like. Maybe we got to a frost again. But you can see it's putting out a bunch of new side shoots. I think I need to cut 2 of these off and just leave 1 branch here so they're not rubbing. We got a new neighbor. I need to move this T-post because we're in their line of sight here. This property line is wonky. I don't know why it goes in and out, in and out. It's like Mama's squeeze box here. So, apple. That's an Anna apple. It struggled with figs. I think these are brown turkey. They're all right. Nothing great. Oh, white mulberry. Here we go. It's covered. And the white mulberry is super, super sweet. If you can get it before the birds do. And they tear this thing up. Or the blossoms drop really quickly. Pomegranate. I've still not had anything off of this. I've thought about cutting all of this off and leaving just 1 stem to see how it produces. I've seen it grown. Oh, and then we've got a pecan coming up down there. I've seen it grown both as a bush and a tree. Look, see, we got little figs. So it's going to be a bumper crop this year. Look at that. That's good. I think it's going to be a bumper crop. Because we'll have figs here, but we may see them pop up on these other joints here later on, I hope. But right now, the ends definitely are putting out some fruit. And this is my Chicago fig. This thing's massive for a 5-year-old fig tree that died the first year all the way back. Excuse me. It's very polleny still. So yeah. Looks more like a carpenter bee. We have a lot of them around here. Another blueberry. This one does all right, but you can see it already has some berries forming on it. It's a good mix of, we'll have some early and some much later. I knew this pear. When this pear was in full bloom, sorry I didn't get out here earlier, you could really see those little puffs from the house. It was really pretty looking. So this is an Asian pear here. We'll see. I have bags. Last year I bagged some and then they disappeared. So I don't know if they got eaten by the birds or what happened. This peach tree, it has blossomed and the blossoms have dropped. You see, it's trying to put out a little fruit here and there. But I don't know. Some of these are like just taken off because it just kills the energy of the tree a bit. So if I could come out here and do like all these would be, and just leave a few, that would really be helpful. All right. This is the red mulberry. It is so covered this year, y'all. Look at that. Do you see those? It's doing a lot better than the white one. It is really covered. It goes way up. Just absolutely covered. I was hoping with this tree I could leave the top for the birds and the bottom for us, but I don't know. Pawpaws are blooming. I need to get out here with my little magic stick and pollinate these puppies is what I need to do. Pollinate with a brush. Pollinate with your finger. Now, there's a difference between male and female, but kind of still not sure what the difference is. I don't know. I just stick my finger in. It'd be better if I came out here with a brush. I mean, it is covered with blossoms, but only the female will produce. So, I don't know. I don't know how to tell the difference. We'll see. We might get something off of this year since there's so many blossoms. These trees aren't very old. This peach tree, it went crazy. You can see here. It's at the end of its blossoming. So, we'll see. I did not get out here, but we'll see what happens here. Probably nothing. This tree's never put out anything for me. It's just really disappointing. But this is always the tree that fruits the most. This is the Fuyu persimmon. It's the one I always recommend. It never fails me. I went to a place the other day. They were wanting $74 for a small tree. Maybe about half the size. And is it worth it? Yes. $80 for a tree? Yes. Now they had them 20% off, so you could do that. But, we'll get, we'll probably get 50 fruit off of this, and share some with the crows. They found it. They love it. So this doesn't have any blossoms on it yet, but and the reason I love this tree, again, is you don't have to can, you don't have to freeze, you just leave it on the tree for 3 months and eat off of it. So, very easy. You can do some canning or whatever, pickling, whatever you want to do also. But I love it because you don't have to preserve anything, really. This is another turkey, I think, brown turkey fig. Again, it does not produce like nothing produces like the Chicago fig. It's a beauty. Yeah, I figured this was a bit messed up and I should have trimmed it, but looks like it's got some rot there. I don't know. We'll see. Things are barely hanging on there. I may just trim that whole limb out because it's touching this younger one that's much healthier anyway. So I might just do that. But every time I come out here, I say, yeah, I need to prune this, I need to prune that. And then I don't. But yeah, I think I'm going to take that whole limb out. So, maybe even that whole trunk. I don't know. We'll see. Plants, trees, they're so resilient, As long as you usually leave them a good notch or so, they'll come back to life. So, this is alright. Oh, we do. It's smelling like figs now. I can kind of smell this one. But it is putting out a little bit of fig here. So, I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. But it won't get nearly as big as the other figs. The fruit itself won't. So, Anyway, so that is the end of my garden tour. Hope you enjoyed it. We are progressing. Looks like I'll be able to start planting the 10th. I don't know if I will, though. I mean, I might, but I usually like Chris out here to help too. But I don't know. It's so late in the season, so late in the year for Georgians to be planting that I just feel I need to get something in ASAP. But anyway, I also need to get out here and mow the lawn again, obviously. But my first mow is usually just to get the all of the onion grass down, but it's already popping up again too. Nothing knows what to do in this hot, cold weather. I think we're going to reach 80 before we drop down to the 30s again at night. So I'm going to bring my seedlings in again. So debating on letting them just stay out. We're supposed to have a rain. I should take my car out for a wash and just bring it from under the carport. Oh, I got, if you haven't seen, I went to a covered bridge. It was a really cool video, but when I was out there, there was this guy had a bunch of metal stuff on the side of the road. So I bought this trellis. It's a heavy duty trellis too. It's not that cheap stuff. And he only wanted $15 for it. So I grabbed it. It's perfect for the ends of my garden. You know, I stick some tomatoes or whatever on the other side, like I did last year. So I think this might have to be the tomato bed this year. We shall see. Yeah, it's perfect for tomatoes there. I've thought about getting one of those panels and having it and do it from here to the fence, but I mean, I could do 2 loops, have another arch. And I kind of like this straight end trellis. It makes mowing easier for certain. So this time, for certain, the video is ending. You know, I have more false endings than a Who song. So y'all take care. Let me know what you're planting this year. What you're looking forward to planting. Do you do container gardening, raised bed gardening, a mix of everything? Let me know. I'll talk to you later. Take care.